Read aloud time. All right, so we are on chapter 8 of Haddix Found the Missing Book. All right, chapter 8. Chapter 7, we talked about, some guy named James Reardon answered, her dad said, and he gets this. He works for the FBI, so that's when we knew that Chip and Jonah were connected somehow. All right, chapter 8. The world spun around Jonah. He clutched the cell phone tight against his ear. Normally, he was a big fan of cell phones. It was so frustrating that his parents had decided to buy only one cell phone for him and Catherine to share, which meant that Catherine usually had the cell phone and he got nothing. But right now, he wanted something a lot more substantial than a cell phone to hold on to. A phone rooted in concrete, maybe. He settled for grabbing the Winston's brick-encased mailbox. James Reardon? He repeated, numbly. Yeah, have you heard of him? Dad said, puzzlement creeping in his voice. Was his name written on a Post-it note stuck to my file? Jonah wanted to ask. A yellow Post-it note, like the one that was in Chip's family safe, probably stuck on his adoption records. Identical Post-it notes, even though Chip was adopted through a different agency and lived in Illinois his whole life until now. Jonah felt so dizzy, even solid brick was barely enough to hold him up. Jonah? Dad said, sounding worried now. Jonah realized he'd probably let a lot of time pass, not answering Dad's question, trying to make his vision stop spinning. I'm here, Jonah said. The phone must have cut out for a minute. If in doubt, blame the technology. He gulped and tightened his grip on the bricks. This guy, what does he know about me? Well, I'm not sure, Dad said. The social worker said it was highly unusual the way the name was entered in your file. Post-it note for sure, Jonah thought. She offered to call him for us, but she was so scattered, I thought it might just be better if we met with him ourselves. Jonah glanced over at Chip, who looked as shell-shocked as Jonah did, and Chip had heard only Jonah's end of the conversation. Would you like me to arrange that, Jonah? Dad asked in that same super patient, super careful voice that he used when Catherine was a toddler throwing temper tantrums. No, Jonah wanted to say. Tell him to keep his information to himself. Tell him if he's not busy hunting down terrorists right now, I'd appreciate him taking care of whoever's sending strange letters to a 13-year-old boys. Tell him, yes, Jonah said. All right, so Jonah is definitely going to meet with this James Reardon, so we will find out what happens in their meeting. Chapter 9 will be Monday, or not Monday, Monday's Labor Day. So Tuesday, have a great Labor Day weekend.